can say what is currently working for us, and Slack, which we're using to communicate, became something interesting for them to focus on. And then they devoted their time to move away from that gaming software to now focus on Slack without plaguing it with the issues of the gaming software.
Which was now a big change,
Yes.
especially when we had the lockdown. Okay, so someone said, as the company grows, how is the brand culture maintained consistently? I think you love marketing, so
Yes.
it's a no-brainer.
As a company grows, I think I talked about keeping to your promises. As a business owner, you want to make sure that every time a customer comes and engages with your brand, the way they engage with you the first time when they engage with your brand, it's consistent in keeping to the same promise as you grow.
Okay.
That's one. Two is you want to employ people within the organization that will help protect not just the culture, and I spoke to culture earlier on in my slides, but not just the culture of business, but the brand. So you need a brand manager. And a brand manager may not necessarily be called a brand manager. He may be called a marketing officer. He may be called your marketing manager. But you need somebody that focuses on the fact that every time the logo is used, it is well positioned. Every time a business card is designed, it is well packaged. Every time we are presenting, our slides look the same. Every time we dress, there's someone I respect for how he dresses. He is always true to his brand, Tony Limelu. He will wear his suit, a dark suit, white shirt, and a red tie. The red tie is synonymous with the UBA brand and their color. You won't see him without the red tie. The US presidents, every time they dress up, there's a reason why they wear the tie they wear. There's a reason why a Democrat will wear blue and a Republican will wear red consistently. Your brand is tied to the promises being kept, your colors, and your attention to detail that you're paying to all the different elements that including your logos, the way your emails go out, even your lettering in your emails. If something is not Times New Roman and another thing is Vadana, and meanwhile all of them are supposed to be talking to a brand that the logo is made out of Arial. You know, so all of those things, you're paying attention to them, attention to detail. And this, if you have this at the level where your business is a 5-man team, and you have brand guidelines that guide that business as a 5-man team, if you have your standard operational protocols, you would keep that with a 5-man team, a 20-man team, a 100-man team, a 1,000-man team.
Okay, great. So I think just a quick recap, you need to have a brand custodian, regardless of what the title of that person is. It's someone who looks at to ensure that the brand is not misrepresented.
Yes.
I would also add that as a company grows, there needs to be some form of acculturation, right? Because people will move on, right? So who is the ideal, like, farm crowdy personality? So as I'm interviewing you, I'm saying, okay,
This person.
does he fit? Yeah, because it just makes it easier that when they come in,
Yes.
you know, they just think, how is their speech? You know, how do they dress and the other things that you...
Very important. That speaks to your core values, and then making sure that once the person is done with showing you the experience they have, and it gets to that point where you're interviewing for core values, you are strict about your core values. Somebody walked into Farm Crowdy office when we were staying in Oniro before we moved to where we are. With COVID now, everybody's working remotely. But the person walked in and said, everybody here behaves like they're taking the same thing every morning, because they all behave the same way, they all act the same way. We're all relaxed when walking, but you feel the energy in the team. And the custodian for that is, if I'll just wrap up on this particular answer. The second person I had in Farm Crowdy when I started Farm Crowdy was the person that was in charge of my culture. She was the second person, Folake, who is still our people operations manager today. And very quickly, we came up with what the brand guide. We came up with the people guideline. We came up with the core values, and then so now we're going into interviews, and then when someone goes through the first 2 stages, By the time person is coming to me, I'm supposed to go through that culture fit. Yes, she tells me, oh, the person won't fit. If she says it, I know what she means. I don't even debate. Even if the person came from me, if the person doesn't fit, the person doesn't fit. And then we'll move on to the next person.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Erika, for that. So another person says, how do I get my staff to agree to the structure I want to build, because they have been there for a long time and don't want a sudden change? So you talked about the fact that you might need to remodel, and so I guess how do you carry people along with all?
It's not just good enough to hire right, it's good enough to fire right. If a person refuses to change, then the person needs to go. It's that, I mean, it's not, it's, if you're building a business, it's not emotional. You're trying to create something that will